The poll in my group said that the next video they wanted me to do was of something serious, right? I had three options. I said something serious, something funny, or about some thoughts. And I didn't get not one person, nobody wanted me to do nothing about no thoughts. But no, I was just watching this, just something randomly. And I have never heard of anything like this in my entire life, y'all. So it was a 15-year-old young lady named Pearl Pinson. I'm going to say there still is because, well, all right, this is what happened to her. Basically, she was on her way to school one morning and a 19-year-old Hispanic man came up to her with a gun and was trying to force his way on her and or to get her to come into his car. It was a big scuffle. People, onlookers called 911, all that type of stuff. And before 911 could get there, she was stuffed into the trunk and the Hispanic guy drove off. Okay. Shortly after that, about 32 hours later, after they finally had enough information to do an Amber Alert, he goes on a joyride and then he steals someone's car, runs it into some trailer, just shooting at the cop, just acting like he's in Grand Theft Auto basically in real life and he got extra lives, right? He ends up, shooting at cops again and gets killed. So that's the number one thing I hate. Now I know if you're shooting at a cop, they're going to shoot back. But I just hate when they kill the person that knows everything. Like, leave them alive when someone is missing or someone is dead or whatever the case may be, or the information that can give these, victims' families closure. So, doesn't that, and she's still missing. She's still missing. So that's why I'm doing this video. They killed him. He ain't say jack, of course. And now we don't know whether she's still alive. They found a little bit of blood in his trunk of her. But some type of forensic examiner said that it didn't seem like it was enough blood to allude to the fact that she's dead. Huh? How could you come to that conclusion? Because somebody could have just been dripping a little bit of blood, and that's not all their blood. So Pearl Pinson is her name, all right? Now, let's go. It says, new evidence suggests missing Vallejo teen could still be alive. Now, comment real fast. Have you ever heard anything like that? Like, they're saying that this young lady, she was about to be a sophomore coming up. She took the same route every day to go to school, and they're saying the cell phones didn't see any type of activity between the two of them, so it looks as if she was stalked. There were some rumors going on that maybe they had something going on, but you know how it is when she's 15, he's 19. He's technically a teenager, but at the same time, he's a grown adult, and he was crazy. All right, new evidence in the case of missing Vallejo teen Pearl Pinson has given police reason to believe the 15-year-old is still alive, reports Fox 40. Pinson was kidnapped from Vallejo overpass in May 2016. Witnesses recall seeing a bleeding and screaming Pinson being dragged by an armed man off the pedestrian bridge. Her alleged abductor, 19-year-old Fernando Castro, was killed in a shootout with police in Southern California last May. So he was just crazy, basically. Crazy. Investigators initially suspected Castro took Pinson to Jenner in Sonoma County. After sifting through hours of surveillance footage from the area, Castro was spotted on a gas station's camera near Bodego Bay. There's nothing at this point, even 9 months later, that would suggest Castro killed Pinson. Kristen Castillo of the... I hate when they stop the story to tell me who said it and where they work for. I don't need to know all that. God, I hated that in school. You'd be like, yeah, I remember this said such and such of such and such. I don't give a care who said it and where they from. Keep the story moving. I already don't want to read this. That's how I felt in school. I want to read this, though. A small pool of blood was found on the overpass, and Castillo confirmed that it belonged to Pinson. Her blood was also found in Castro's trunk, a fact that gave investigators reason to believe the teen was still alive. I don't know since when finding blood would give somebody a suggestion that somebody was still alive. Okay, this undated photo provided by the Santa Barbara County Sheriff's Office shows Pearl Pinson. Authorities are hoping to find the missing teenage girl alive as they frantically search a wide swath of California for her. Friday, May 27, 2016, a day after the man suspected of abducting her died in a shootout with police. I don't think they're going to find her alive for the simple fact that this idiot grabbed her in broad daylight in front of people, gave no F's, stuffed her in the trunk, went on a 340-mile joyride, jumped out, did something with her, jumped out the car, got in another car, ran across a field, and was shooting police officers and died. He committed suicide by a cop. If an idiot has that much stupidity stuffed inside of them, what makes them think they ain't stuffed this girl inside somebody's bag or somebody's field or something? I tell people all the time, if somebody is dead or missing or any of them, people, if they were involuntarily taken, like this girl was screaming, that's what the people were saying, then they're going to try to contact you if they're not dead or they're not drugged or they're not being held against their will. But I want to keep hope alive and faith alive for the family. That's why I'm doing this video for the family and friends. This young lady was not, I prejudged this young lady when I first saw her picture. I did. But you know what? When I watched the video of her, this young lady was doing absolutely nothing wrong but going to school. Literally going to school. And the only thing that she may have done wrong was take the same route at the same time every day. And that's a shame that we live in a day and a time where minding your own business can even get you in trouble. Now, her younger brother, walked to school as well. It was about a 10 to 15 minute walk every morning, shortly before 7 a.m. But he took another route, but he heard a gunshot and he heard a yell, and he didn't know at the time that that was his sister. A gunshot did go off, but onlookers, they were basically saying they don't know whether she got shot, but she had blood on her face. So we don't know because at that point he had put her in the trunk. So we don't know if she got shot and that shot was a fatal wound or was that blood just from like fighting. We don't know. And we also don't know whether she was kidnapped to be raped or whether she was kidnapped for sex trafficking, organ harvesting. We just don't know anything because the police officers killed Castro. And I just hear, and when I hear his last name, I just think of Fidel Castro. I don't know why. That was random. But, $10,000 reward. Pinson family is offering $10,000 to anyone who can lead them to finding their loved one, Pearl Pinson. Okay? Anyone with information on Pinson location is asked to call the tip line, 707-421-7090. All right? She was a minor, y'all. She was not, from what I've read and from all accounts, she was not bad. Even if she was bad, she doesn't deserve to be abducted. She doesn't deserve to be raped and beat. And she, from what the onlooker said, y'all can search her on YouTube and hear one of the 911 calls. She was giving it her all, y'all. A 15-year-old was giving it her all. It may have been Christmas Day for much of the world, but it was just another 25th of the month for the Pinson family, which spent part of the day cleaning up the pedestrian walkway in Vallejo, where Pearl Pinson was last seen alive, being abducted at gunpoint, y'all. You know how when you first wake up, you're tired and you have to, look, this is before 7 a.m. So she's already tired. But half the time the sun is just about to come up or, And she's being faced with some idiot that's trying to get her to get in his car at gunpoint at 15 years old. Then the 15-year-old was walking her regular route to the school bus when she was snatched by a 19-year-old Fernando Castro, who witnesses say dragged her kicking and screaming across the overpass to his waiting car and drove away with her. The next day, Castro was killed in a shootout in Santa Barbara County, but there was no sign of Pearl. And that's where things stand today. Pearl's parents, her sister, brother, a family friend, and the parents of a former boyfriend come out to the overpass every 25th of the month and tend to the site. There's little else they can do, and this makes them feel like they're still connected and like they're doing something for her, they said. We care, and that's why we do it. My wife, Vicky, and I, Dan Wall said, because we care. That's the only reason. Every month we either come here or to a favorite place of hers, like the Glen Clove Park or the baseball field at Wilson Park, and do something for her, a barbecue or something, says Rose Pinson. Last month we planted a garden down here, but you can see it's all been torn out since then. What I want to say is, when I see little kids walking home from school or walking to school, that still bothers me because they're little. Like, when they're really little, it doesn't matter that there's a bunch of them. I know there's safety in numbers, but you can snatch all of them. They're that little. I understand parents have to work. Parents have to work. Grandparents have to work. All that type of stuff. But I would, if you really can, y'all parents out there, please take your kids to school, or try to find some way and some money to have your kids taken to school or picked up or walked by big kids or other adults or something. Because, well, I can't even say walked by big kids, because 15 years old is a big kid to me. When I say big, I don't mean overweight or anything like that, but I just mean older. It's your girl, Tiffany and Draper. Let me know what y'all think in the comment section. Please let me know. And if you know any information, if you've seen this, let me go to some more pictures so that y'all can see in, just so y'all can see what she looks like. More pictures. If you think you've seen this, what is the picture that I saw of her? The first one that made me prejudge her. This one. With the green tank. I was just like, oh, what's this story about somebody that was abducted? I bet she was bad. I bet she was talking to some boy, being fast tail, and then got kidnapped. She was minding her own business. And this dude right here. And don't he look normal? And smiling. On one of the previous mug shots, I guess. Or they could even be his driver's license picture. It looks like that could be that. Because who's that happy at? Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section, please. And if you know anything about this young lady, please do. Please do. This is the information. If you know anything. And don't judge her because her hair was green. She was 15. She was just expressing herself. All right? 707-784-7050.